This is my first time actually in the rebuilt 55 Duffy parking lot, also known as T.O.B. And as you can see, a lot has changed. This is crazy in here. The mani pads down there is gone. These are new, got elevators. Some curb cuts, but it's all new. This is weird. Definitely strange. So back in the early 80s, me and my friend Mike, you know, we were basically the first generation of street skaters here in this town, at least. I mean, that's a big claim, but there was just all pool skateboarders like Eddie Calabrito and those guys. They all skated the pools. We were the younger kids, and we skated the streets. That was the early 80s. And that was the early 80s when street skating really started taking off. So we needed a dry place to skate. And what I'm showing you over here is MHD. And this is the infamous T.O.B. And this is where we grew up skateboarding. Basically everyone on Long Island, this was like our training facility. See, the lights were on 24/7, right? There was manu pads, a lot of flat. Back over there was the long curb. That was the first one we waxed up, and all these went downhill, so it was kind of fun to cruise around. And down here was another manual curb. And but that's all gone now. They rebuilt this place. It started falling down in around 2011. And they knocked this whole thing down. And see, like 2011. Yeah, they knocked it all down in 2011. Vendetto. These guys are all dirtbags. They haven't built a skate park for any of us since. Like I said, 2011 was when it was built. Town of Oyster Bay. And this is our parking garage that we skateboarded in and grew up in. Across the street here is MHT. And all up there is it's very noisy around here. Wow, I didn't realize the cops are just annoying, I guess. But all up here is manual pads. And you can see where the New York Sports Club sign is. That's like everyone's first steps. And from those steps runs all the way into the train station. And that's actually train station property. And the security used to come and try to kick us out of there, but they had no jurisdiction. So we used to get into fights with them all the time. I remember when I was an older guy, when I was one of the older guys, you know, I'm an old guy, the security came and took all the younger kids' boards, and I had to go in there, and I raised hell. They were trying to fight with me, saying it was their property, and I knew already it was the train property. You know, but there's a lot of stuff to skate around here still. I mean, look at this thing I'm standing in front of. And nobody really comes and skates it. I mean, I understand it's a high ollie, but you could do some things on here, you know. And the steps are still steps, but they're only like 7 steps. It ain't the biggest steps in the world. Those are my first steps I've ollied. And a lot of other people. See the yellow curb over there? It's like a drop-in. And down those steps, down that into the basement is a dip. And you blast big airs out of there. It was kind of cool. On the other side of the dip are these long yellow curbs. You know? They were like slanted on one side. They're like really great for wallies. And there was a lot of good skateboarding in here. Any time of night you would come. Can skate here at night because the lights were on 24/7. There's a lot of characters that would come. So much noise. A lot of characters would come through this way because the train station right here, but all the dregs of society, you know, and like all the bums. There was some really flamboyant dude that used to come and like hit on all the little kids. It was very weird. And these are some curbs. Look at these. These are built from the new one, and no one's really skated them. Looks like somebody tried to wax this. I think it needs a brick rub. you know. But these are like perfect ledges all the way down, you know. And these signs never really meant too much. Cops would come kick us out, and this is where the old curb used to be. Basically within your runs, you know, you start your runs down that way, hit the dildo curve and a flat ground trick, and then whatever, set up a garbage can or something, and there was a manual pad right here, and that was like basically your runs. We do runs in there, so it would be a cool place to skate. It was where we grew up skateboarding. This is new, and this is new. They have a whole cop station here, so I guess you really can't skateboard here anymore. Really, I guess you really can't skate here anymore. But yeah, this is very, very strange for me to be in here. Do I have any good stories here? I cracked my head open here once. Frankie picked me up off the ground and brought me to the hospital. I was in the hospital for 4 days with this head split. That was like one of my first times I've ever been in the hospital for that long. But I recovered. I'm a little stupid now, but whatever. What are you gonna do? It makes me me, right? Alright guys, like and subscribe the video. Help me build my channel up a little bit. I'll bring you more fun stuff like this. Alright, I'm gonna go get a cocktail now.